Good morning. This is Cecil and Blues. Thank you for joining me back for another day in Darkest Dungeon. We are making our way through the Crimson Court, Darkest Dungeon's newest expansion. It is available on Steam for $9.99. No discounts for the Steam Summer Sale, which is going on right now, but it was just introduced this week, so I think we can forgive them that. We are suffering pretty badly here in the early game. Our money management is a little bit low, but we are handling it. What we're going to do today is go into the cove with a team of a crusader, a houndmaster, an arbalist, and an occultist. Did I give them trinkets? I have not given them trinkets, so let's take care of that. Let's make sure that we unequip everything. I have upgraded them. So this is accuracy if in position 4, but reduces their speed. Sure, why not? Let's go ahead and make sure he can hit. And then what else does he have that might be useful? Arbalist will probably want to give the steady bracers. The Houndmaster will probably want to give the bleed stone. What else do we have that's good? We can also give him the evidence of corruption, a new trinket for the expansion for Crimson Court. This is a set bonus, so if you get the other piece of this, then you get bonuses. So I like that. Then what else? We've got lower surprise chance, increased dodge but lower move resist, increased melee skills. Let's go ahead and give that to the Crusader. And I think there's a stun bracelet too. Yeah, there we go. So we'll give him the stun trinket. I think I'm going to leave the other two trinket slots blank so that if we find any trinkets in the cove, we can take them back with us and without overflowing our treasure inventory. See, I'm thinking ahead. What we're going to get for running this, we will get the Cursed Incense. I don't know if I've seen this trinket before, so I think it might be new. Occultist only, increased debuff skill, and increased move skill. Maybe I have seen that before. Doesn't say Crimson Court on it. So we don't have anyone that's thirsting for blood right now, so I'm not going to take any with me. Let's take food, though. Our money is a little bit low. We have about 12,000. I'm going to take 3 shovels. I'm going to take 4 shovels. 2 keys. A couple of medicinal herbs. And 1 stack of torches. Alright, let's go do this. What I forgot to do was give an accuracy trinket to our Houndmaster. That's something I should have done to make sure to compensate for his rabies. It was rabies he had, right? I think I couldn't afford to really deal with that, so that's why I left it on him. Let's see what we're up against in the cove. I didn't actually look if it was an explorer. It's explorer.
Almost unbearable.
So this is a pretty straightforward map. I like that. I don't like them when they start you in the middle and you have to go left and then right. An early replacement torch is going to help us out. That trap certainly isn't. That's a rough one because that's a huge speed reduction for a long time. So how are you guys digging this expansion? The new enemies have been posing a little bit of a trouble for me. Hey, secret room. Well, we ain't going to be coming back this way for a long time, so let's go get that. It's going to kind of crowd our inventory. But maybe we'll get a trinket? Okay, we got 3 of these. That's like doubles our money that we have available to us. So that was very nice to find. And then we'll just have to, like, manage our inventory a little bit.
If only treasure could staunch the flow.
We have a combat that's about to hit us. I'm going to bring our light back up so it doesn't drop below 75 as we enter the combat. They're going faster than us, which thankfully we did not suffer. My plan, we're going to try and kill these bloated dudes first. Couple of good hits here. We don't have the AoE, unfortunately. So... this thrall's gonna probably live till next turn. Our occultist can't do anything. Oh, I guess we could just drop him with that.
Give them no quarter.
Okay, and then we Hound's Rush. And if our occultist gets the opportunity, we can do a heal. Weaken indeed. That's a new sound that I had never heard the narrator say before. Okay, we picked up a bloodied fetish. It provides us increased blight and bleed resist, but reduced disease resist. Take the deeds. Let's go ahead and put that on our arbalist so we can take it back with us. We have combat in the next hallway, but not in this room. And we picked up additional scouting, helps us out. We have a trap coming up in 2 hallways. I always gotta say this stuff out loud, because otherwise I forget.
Wealth beyond measure.
Let's
to the brave and the
let's eat the food to make room for the busts. And our light has dropped down. Combat right around the corner here. Okay, standard enemies. We've got a shaman. That's probably going to be my first target. This bleed lasts... It's only 1 damage per round, so I think we kill that. And of course, crit on the second attack. Just a little bit of salt in the wound. No luck getting a kill with that. Let's... Our health is really not that bad. Let's Weakening Curse the one with higher hit points, since it will possibly be alive a little bit longer.
Terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
And we'll use bandages to get rid of that, even though it's not an incredibly terrible bleed. Well, I stacked up a second time, though.
The will to fight falters.
Alright, they attacked in rapid succession there. Go after the second row guy instead of like doing Ebola. It did such little damage, I probably would have been better off using Ebola. I think I'm actually going to go after this middle row guy. That bleed is not going to quite cover it, so... Oh, of course he picks up another bleed. I will kill one, and then maybe we'll go quickly this round. Didn't think so. Fortunately, he dodges. It's got that reduced bleed resist. Let's go ahead and top off our Crusader as well. Okay, this occultist is very good at spreading bleeds. I would rather you guys were a little less susceptible.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
What can we make room for here? Let's get rid of the holy water to make room for the paintings. I would like to continue to bring back heirlooms to our town so that we can upgrade it. We'll be able to unload our second key here. This is a pretty nasty fight, so let's definitely use one of our Houndmaster's biscuits. Okay, we will biscuit for the puppy, and then I think we Hounds Harry. Let's spread out these bleeds. Didn't go well, actually. It's a very minimal bleeding. So we'll finish things off with Abyssal Artillery. But after that, I think our cultist is going to be relegated to healing duties. Damages spread out pretty effectively. This we would probably be a little bit happier with a Vestal in this situation. Let's use Bola. That'll knock it back a space. I don't think we can take advantage of that. But perhaps next round we'll be able to take a shot. Did we give her another bleed? You are far too good at this. Yep, she can probably finish him off. Oh, low damage hit. Alright,
Be wary. Triumphant
so the
pride
anti-venom can do
precipitates
good in the
dizzy
brackish tide
fall.
pools. What do we have that we can toss? I'm thinking about maybe tossing this dog treat. You know, it's good, but it's not going to increase our wealth. Everything else I think we've got to toss, though. Maybe we can get rid of 350 gold for now, because we're going to open up this key slot. Alright, I think that was a good call. We get deeds there. Okay. We're going to need to open up a space for keys again, or for money again here shortly. Do we want to camp this early? Stress is already spread out pretty good, so...
Huddled together, furtive and vulnerable.
Everyone gets 10 stress
Rats in a
relief.
maze.
We will do Unspeakable Commune, which undoes our stress gaining, but, you know, these things happen. Release the Hound, increases scouting. We can reduce everyone's stress again with Therapy Dog. And then use Encourage to directly reduce his stress. And finally, do we want to restring Crossbow or release the Hound to increase scouting chance? I think we restring Crossbow. There we go. And then we'll rest. There'll be no nighttime ambush, so we're safe there. We've opened up one more inventory space.
We require only the strength to follow it.
And there's a trap coming up. I think our Houndmaster's on top of that. 90%. That's our best option, by far. And the more traps we run into, the more stress he can burn off. We do only have 4 torches left. That's not going to be enough to get us through the dungeon. This is a slightly larger dungeon than I anticipated. Let's check out this room with the curio to the east. It's going to involve a couple additional fights, but worth it, I think. I think we gotta kill these thralls. That stun makes things a little bit more inconvenient.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
Well, anything we can do to this thrall would be great, because I don't want it to explode on us. And it entirely could. Alright, we got a crit fortunately, so that is not going to be a concern. Not a lot we can do with the Arbalist, but sometimes before you get a chance to finish the sentence, you completely eat your words. And that's pretty much what happened there. Let's eat 4 food, so that we can put these in our inventory. So I can't help but notice I haven't found a use for my shovels yet.
Finding the stuff is only the first
Let's
test.
go ahead and just drink this
Now
holy
it must
water.
be carried home.
And what do we have in here? Oh, hey, good. A use for a shovel. Also a fight I probably would have wanted to use a dog treat on. So if things go badly here, I only have myself to blame. How much missing has our Houndmaster done this encounter? I don't think much. My memory tells me that he has not missed a whole lot.
And panic.
It's a little bit of overkill, but probably worth it to get that stress giver out of the picture. Oh, I forgot about Abyssal Artillery. Let's pull the Spearfisher forward and kill it. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. Can we stun him? Alright, that allows us to kill the grouper. Bleed down there on our occultist. Maybe we can heal himself. Or we can Abyssal Artillery back here. Didn't get the kill, so that's not great. I didn't get the kill either. I was contemplating using Hound's Harry to finish off these low hit point things, but I didn't know when our Houndmaster would have an action, and I didn't want someone to get stunned by the jellyfish. So instead of that, we will use... No, we should heal. Let's use Weird Reconstruction to refill our occultist's health, and then we will Hound's Harry so that we don't waste the action just doing 1 hit point of damage. And we can do our best to chop up this this guardian. We have not encountered any of the enemies, the new faction from Crimson Court, which means we haven't gotten any blood, but it also means no one else has had a chance to get infected. I'm okay with that. Okay, we're not going to take the journal page. The health stone, that we can take by putting it on our occultist. We can take the crests. The citrine, I think, is going to replace the stack of gold. And that will be that. Then we will open the clam. Inside the clam, of course, a little bit of gold and a trinket again. It is a 1% crit trinket for Arbalist only, which means I don't actually think that's worth taking. What would we have to give up for it? A single portrait? Alright, let's abandon a portrait. Take that. We've been passing up on gold, and that's a bummer, but we've got so many gems in our inventory.
As the light gains purchase,
as we get further, we're going to need to abandon our medicinal herbs, I think, as our next... That's really the only thing that's still in our inventory that has limited value. Oh, 90% chance, and he fails.
Such missteps are the exception, and not the rule.
That is not cool. Okay, well, 1,000 gold or a medicinal herb. I mean, I think at this point you gotta say goodbye medicinal herbs. And if we run into any eerie coral after this, I will be sad. Let's head south first. God dang it. Very next room. Well, good news, we will soon have an extra inventory space. Bad news, we are both nearly out of food and torches. So, you think you can successfully disarm a trap this time, buddy? Good job. We can use another shovel here. Try and make them worth their...
Waiting to be spent.
Good, good. We were able to fit everything in our inventory, so that's a step forward. This'll be... This was an empty room. And then we backtrack. Oh, what do we got for a fight? Alright, just some groupers. It wasn't like a boss encounter. We didn't get attacked by the collector, for example. It was a possible concern. Alright, well, I think we know what our cultist is doing this round. Uh-oh. Nice dodge. Nice job. Two of these things are wounded.
Annihilated.
Of course, you always get that crit. You always get that crit. That's a crit for 2 with a bleed. Alright, he's not quite on death's door yet. Let's get a better roll this time. 11 is better. He resisted the bleed as well, so he's only gonna be, Why? Why? What do you guys have against this Houndmaster?
Eradicated.
I should have attacked the frontline unit with our, Crusader, because now our Arbalest doesn't have anything to do. Again, I eat my words every time she crits with that.
Mount, so too will resistance.
We could take this with us if we burn our last torch now. It buys us a little bit more time before we go dark. It's just one portrait, so let's save it. We're marching backwards. And we're going to have a combat right in this next hallway. And then after that, we'll need to use our torch. So, we will start with the Shaman. We'll finish off that Shaman. We might be able to pick up a kill with one of these. No such luck. Let's hope for another good roll on our heal. A 7 is mediocre. Even more mediocre when you subtract off the 3 health from the bleed. Fortunately, these guys are punishing our Crusader this current endeavor, so I'm okay with that. I was hoping we would get to attack at least one of these guys before they went, but... oh well. Our Arbalest is slow because of what I have her armed with. 8-point heal, again, mediocre. Resisted the bleed, so that's a positive step. Got a little bit of extra food.
Brought low and driven into the mud.
We can use the torch now to take the crests.
May we find victory.
We might as well just drink this holy water instead of just throwing it away. So the narrator line that just occurred, I don't know if I've mentioned before that for the longest time I thought he was saying foolish horrors, as in, you know, silly horrors. I don't know why that is that I never, that it took so long for me to recognize he was saying ghoulish instead of foolish. I almost can't even hear the difference when I say it with my own mouth. Hello, boys. We've surprised them. We gotta kill this thrall first. It's too important. We will go... I actually didn't expect to get that kill. I'm happy to have done it. This should get this no problem, though. Fantastic. A good start. Then we will be healing. Lots and lots of healing. Come on. Okay, good dodge. Nice dodge. Kill that. Now all we have to worry about is this guardian. A nice strong heal with no bleed. Yeah, there's the 3 damage I expect. Also resisted the move. So much bleeding. Let's hope that our occultist gets an opportunity here to give some good health to our... Could you please not crit? Thank you. Occultist... Oh, what? That means our occultist isn't going to get to act. I think you have to let him go an extra turn just to get this heal off. We got 13 health by delaying. We took 3 damage plus a bleed. So, did it pay off? I don't know. I don't think it did. Maybe we'll get some bandages here? No such luck.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and
Do we have anything that we can throw away? Not really for 200 gold. I'm not going to touch this altar. We'll probably want to bring our Houndmaster's health up so that he doesn't bleed himself into death's door. We've scouted. There is a blockage up ahead. Okay, there was our hunger check. So if we get a second hunger check, I'm gonna be in a bad place. We did get an additional torch, so we don't have to stumble around in the dark. Well, I mean, not at least complete dark. This did complete our adventure. I didn't expect that, to be honest. Let's keep looking. We have a couple of extra inventory spaces that we can use to try and maximize our gold return. And our team is not in a dangerous place by any means.
Mariner, another misfortune.
We've got 2 more hallways. I don't know if we'll get scouting. Our torch is getting pretty low. No luck with the scouting. Oh, let's check out what we get. We do get an extra torch.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles.
Keeping ahead of that pitch darkness. Oh, there was a trap. And of course it hit our Houndmaster. Alright, here we go. No combat. This was a 90% explore, so we can still have something in that last room. But we are going to definitely be in pitch darkness when it happens. Which could benefit us. We also could get a hunger check and... me and my big mouth. Develop a bunch of stress. Alright, well, let's see if this was worth it. There was a map, and there's nothing in there. So all we got by continuing to explore was a little bit of extra stress. Not exactly my finest commander decision. But we did come out of this with 15,000 gold. That seems low. That seems low. 15,000. Isn't that just the cost of those of the gems? I would have thought we would have had much more than that in treasure. Because we had all those other gems.
Poor caretaker. I fear his long-standing duties here have affected him.
Okay, this is a new town event. Heresy in the Blood. An excommunicated madman has responded to the growing infestation in kind. Fueled by conviction, he is merciless and plies his trade with extreme prejudice. The fanatic will stalk parties with infected heroes. So if we travel out with a team that's infected with the blood, there's a chance that we will get attacked by the madman. Is that...
In time,
Okay.
you will know the tragic
So there he
extent
is.
of my
He's just
failings.
kind of hanging out there. Is there anything on the stagecoach where I'm looking saying, man, I want one of these? There is an antiquarian. That might be worth taking. Let's abandon one of our hellions and
Those without the
grab
stomach for this place must
an
move on.
antiquarian. That will help us with some money concerns. We are up to 26,000. That seems more like... No, like I feel like we should have gotten more money in that last run. I might look back at the footage and figure out why, if we got 15,000 just alone from our investments from the gems, from those trapezoidal gems. I don't know. All right, let's scout out what we're gonna do tomorrow. The cove did not quite trigger over for us, so let's spend an extra day. These guys aren't quite to craving yet. What other ailments do they suffer from? Reynald's stress is super high. I would very much like him to not be a kleptomaniac, because the cost of that is extreme. 5,000 is in itself a pretty expensive investment. So let's put people into stress relief. Shiro can go here. Aki and Cecil, I think, are going to be fine for now. Okay, so apparently Crazy Ivan will only go to the cloister, and he can't go there now. So let's treat his rabies. Only 750, that's not too bad. And then I think we want to go into the cove again, and we'll go with a low-level team that's got a little bit of support. We're going to take our flagellant. Alright, so we don't have any strong heals, which is a concern. But the flagellant can heal, assuming he has that skill. He does not have that skill. That's endure? No. That's redeem. So I might want to pick up redeem. But at the same time, I kind of want to see what his other abilities do. So we're going to be struggling a little bit in this next dungeon, I think. We certainly won't want to go in there like in a dark run or anything. So we could hack and adrenaline rush. These are actually pretty cheap to upgrade, so I'll go ahead and upgrade them all. Our Hellion will be kind of carrying this group, but that will be what we handle. You know what? No, we're going on this today because it's a short mission, and we're only about a half hour in, so let's do it. We'll take that. We'll take 2 shovels this time. We'll take 3. We'll take 2 keys, some additional herbs, 8 torches, and we're gonna rush through this dungeon. And hopefully, with the antiquarian, we can accomplish something. The worry that I have is that we're gonna come back to town and our blood-infected people are gonna need to move, and I would like one more turn.
These caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out.
We'll grab a torch. Looks like we over-torched just a little. Nice dodge, Mr. Gesture. By the way, let's rename you. You are obviously Punk. Anyone else not have a name? Let's go Jericho. And... oh, let's have this be Drash. Good deal. Our torchlight is... I mean, it's gonna be fine. We have so many extra torches in comparison to how big this dungeon is. Oh, good. We have a use for our key right off the bat. Now let's see if we can do some damage. I didn't take any trinkets. That was a mistake on my part, I think. I could regret that, because I could have had a bleed stone on our jester, really improving his effectiveness. I also have to remember to interact with everything with our antiquarian. So I think we wicked hacks instead of anything else. Reign of Sorrow is not quite what we want at this point. So let's just hit it one smack. That thing's done. Did she not get to go last turn? Oh, it's just we're just at that stage of the combat. We could buff somebody, giving them dodge. Dodge and protect. Yeah, let's do that. And we can give further buffs too. Stress wave. That's fine, he doesn't mind that. We can buff everybody, or we can harvest. I would say the skill set we have on this jester are not the best. This is invigorating vapors for everyone, so that's pretty good.
Inspiration and improvement.
Good, that one's dead. So then we can wicked hack here, kill that. Alright, well, this fight's over. I'd say that our team's looking pretty okay. Antiquarian gets some stuff, good. And we unlock this chest.
A fortune.
Alright, not amazing, but we'll keep digging here. Nothing in there. Anything in here?
Finding
Good.
the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Bag of marbles. Well, I guess we can just go ahead and put that in there. Give her a dodge chance that she didn't have before. Nothing here. She can interact with this and use one of our 3 shovels. Tons of rewards, everything's stacking as well. One of the big advantages of Antiquarian is they allow your stacks to be higher for treasure. And I believe that it compounds. So if you have multiple Antiquarians, then we are able to stack things even higher. So make sure to keep hitting these with the Antiquarian. Don't forget that. It's a thing I didn't know. We got a hunger check, which is of no concern for us right off the bat.
Another mariner, another misfortune.
This map is just not that much bigger. We have a clam, and that forces us to make a guess. I hope we get scouting once this is over. So we'll have the Jester work on these middle guys while our Flagellant and our Flash Powder. We can debuff a target, or we can buff everybody. Well, let's buff everybody. 3 dodge isn't amazing, but it might be what we need. Alright, everyone else slides forward. There's a barnacle barrier. It means that it will redirect our... Oh. Well, that guy's buffed up. Yeah, our Flagellant is fine with that. Go right ahead. Give him Stress Wave. Okay, bleeding is happening. We could stun both of these units. Probably worth it. Reign of Sorrow I haven't done I don't think it's very good. Resisted the bleed. Very surprising. Let's continue to invigorating vapors. Maybe we can avoid some damage.
The blood quickens.
Damage is getting spread out as well as stress. That's probably to our benefit.
Decisive pummeling.
Since we don't have a lot of healing options available to us. Maybe we protect me. Since she's likely to get hit by Octocesis. And we'll put a bleed out there. That unit's done. And then I'm thinking Adrenaline Rush here. Octocesis at the wrong target, although also the right target. If he hits Death's Door, it is to his benefit. Resists the bleed. Well, let's go ahead and start debuffing him. And I am just going to spend some rounds buffing up our team. We can stress relieve if we want. Doesn't sound like a bad plan. Everyone's mostly fine.
Your death by inches.
Oh, I thought her dodge would be high enough that she would not get hit again. Alright, fine. We're just gonna kill this guy now. Should be no problem between those two. That thing's done. We don't even have a meager heal on our Antiquarian. But we do get to do a little bit more stress relieving.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Perfect. Very nice. Antiquarian, please pop open this giant clam. Can you give it food as well? Is that the other trick? I think it's food. We probably should have given it food. We probably should have given it food. Okay. Does anyone have any negative traits that I want to get rid of? Anyone have anything that's locked in? Let's go ahead and cleanse her problems. So that removed Fear of Mankind, which is the one I wanted gone. We don't have a way to get through this. So
Without tools
it's unpleasant for everybody. That's a ton of stress. It burned time, so it lowered our torch. If only we could have just made our Flagellant be the one who dealt with that solely. Here's what I would like to do. I would like to one-shot this. We don't always get everything we want. Let's do Protect Me. Rain of Blood isn't going to kill anything this turn. So let's kill that first.
Destroy them all.
Buffed up Grouper.
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
Okay, so when he hit Death's Door, he healed everyone.
Ha! Place for the weak or the foolhardy.
Oh, goodness. So much for reduced death blow chance.
Press this advantage. Give them no
Stunned everyone, I think, on the opposing team, which is good, but... Oh, man. I was really looking forward to seeing like how much more of a badass he became when he was stunned or when he was on Death's Door. We can't do anything. It's yeah, this he was kind of carrying this team a little bit, so we'll deal with it. Only one hit point on the Sea Maggot. We'll probably do Breakthrough. Won't be necessary. So we'll just do a regular attack.
Their formation is broken.
Yeah, okay.
The offensive.
What else do we have? We have one more zone. Nothing in it. I'm just gonna go back to the hamlet. Oh, one attack.
Wholesome marine life can flourish.
Takes out.
If indeed there is such a thing.
Alright, well, we picked up 7,500 treasure, plus the 3,000 for the quest reward, and all it cost us was a flagellant who was apparently much weaker than he would have us
The
believe.
degeneracy of the hamlet is nothing, I fear.
One blueprint
When
awarded.
compared to the
What's a
condition of
blueprint?
surrounding acres.
Cornerstones. The resurrection of our ramshackle hamlet has lured brave artisans and merchants who see potential in the vacant lots surrounding the town square. One blueprint awarded. District buildings. The hamlet is growing and news of your presence is emboldening crafters to return. You may now construct all new buildings. They are expensive, but provide unique bonuses that may help you in your endeavors to cleanse the estate. Blueprints. These rare loot items are age-old plans to expanding the hamlet. They are consumed when constructing new buildings in the districts. Blueprints are guarded by bosses. Alright. So here's the district link. The Red Hook, a monument with no purpose except proclamation of one's dedication. Alright, yeah, that's expensive. The bank, interest gained on saved gold, 5% per week. That will be valuable eventually. Cartographer's camp. Torchlight is more beneficial. Okay. The granary, 15% healing when being slightly... Are you kidding me? Can I... Why is this moving? Why does the granary halfway go off the screen? Who designed this? Can I... Oh, okay, there we go. That's a weird auto position. Granary, 15% healing when eating. Some food is granted for free each week. That's nice. Puppet theater, idle stress relief in town increased by 10 per week. That's really good. Sanguine vintners, 2 bottles of the blood is brewed each week. Yeah, okay. House of the Yellow Hand, bounty hunter, grave robber, highwayman. Oh, it's a buff for them. Okay, altar of light, buffs for the crusader vestal and flagellant. Training ring increased, get some buffs for Arbalest Houndmaster Man-at-Arms. The Atheum, buffs there for Antiquarian, Occultist, and Plague Doctor. Performance Howl gives bonuses specifically to Jester. And the Outsider's Bonfire, 2 additional respite points if you have at least 1 Abomination, Hellion, or Leper in your party. What's a respite point? That's the thing I've not heard of. So great, we have districts, but holy bananas are they expensive. I don't know that we'd want to build any of these right now. The bank is probably the most valuable thing to have. 15,000 gold at 5% per week. That would take, if we had 15,000 gold, it would take 20 weeks to earn that back, which absolutely will happen, but not anytime soon, so it's hard to invest like that, especially when we have better things to spend our money on. In those first 20 weeks. So these things may be a little bit too expensive. in their design. I'm not super happy with that, but we'll have to see how it plays out. The only thing that upsets me about it, or not even really upsets me, but the only question I have about the design decision is that they're not like they're completely exclusionary. That they're only we have to choose to build a district in lieu of upgrading anything else. So it really is only going to come into functionality in a late game once we've upgraded the rest of our town, which is serving more immediate benefits, getting our equipment up, getting the ability to train in our guild, increasing the stress relief so that we have more than one slot available. All of these things are arguably significantly more important, especially for their cost. And that means that getting access to something like this on week 8 is not really going to help us much. But let's plan. No one's wasting, I don't think. So they're craving. Yeah, they're just craving. So we can pass off another week, which is good because Renauld, he needs some stress relief. Crazy Ivan, still kind of hosed. Because that caretaker will not get out of the cloister. I suppose I could try and fix that.
A little hope, however desperate, is never
There.
without worth.
There we go. We weren't going to spend those busts on anything else right now anyway, so I think that's fine. 22,000 gold, that's a good place to be. We can recruit someone. We can recruit a new highwayman. Highwaymen are pretty strong, so I'm down with that.
Elusive, evasive, persistent.
And we'll decide what we're doing tomorrow. We've now got a second boss available to us, which is great. And we'll work on that. We're not diving into that today, but maybe we'll go into the Weald and trigger that boss, possibly into the Warrens, depending on. I don't know. We're gonna take a look at our team here and see who needs stress relief. Looks like our jester is actually, like we can see pretty clearly, he needs some stress relief. That's 1,500. Let's go into the bar to avoid paying an extra 500. Alright, thank you for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the series. This episode went a little bit longer than intended, but hey, you got to see how fantastically the flagellant performs once they're on death's door. For a moment, just briefly, you got to see it, just a flicker. If you blinked, you might have missed it. Maybe I'll put a time code in the video description. I'm not going to do that. That's a joke. Have a great day. I'll see you back here tomorrow. We're going to do something else fun. And eventually we're gonna take on these bosses, and we're gonna get back into the Crimson Court one of these days. It's totally gonna happen. Have a great day.